Everybody, us.
Us.
Head bow.
I taught board breaking techniques.
Let's go there.
Can you?
Sure. They love breaking things. Especially
Yes.
me. I thought I would.
Technique.
You're going to break them? Okay.
Well, if they heal.
Well, they're not going to hear. So really what I've taught them is, it doesn't quite matter at this moment whether how thick it is and everything. It's if they don't hit this right, it's not going to break. So the main thing is to hit it in the right spot, because otherwise it won't break. So even if you're going to break a board, something thicker, the first thing you have to be able to do is hit the spot. So that's why these are not so, well, they start out really, hard, but we've broken them down too. This was the hardest one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it breaks really weird.
Is it?
It breaks weird, yeah. We've loosened it up a lot.
It's still really hard.
That's super easy, and this is super easy, but okay. Everybody back up, and can they sit?
Crisscross out.
Crisscross out.
My mom used to make me do this, but because I hate it. Now I like it.
Can we ask for your statement, sir? Imagine if everybody just decided to tell us everything about their mom, what their mom did. We'd be here all day. Thank you. This.
Whenever I am doing something or interested in something, I always want to know everything about it. It's the way my brain is wired. So, you too? Are you Miller?
Yes, very good.
Thank you, Miller. Okay, so boards are hard. Skin, the largest organ in your body, is very soft. Your bones are kind of brittle and you got muscle, that's all soft. Why does the board break and your foot or your hand or your head or something or elbow doesn't break? And I'll tell you, it's because of states of matter. You know states of matter?
No, sir.
You know, like three basic ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yes?
Solid gas.
Excellent, solid, gas, liquid. How about plasma? Heard of that one?
Stuff in the body.
Yeah, not biological plasma, a state of matter, which in the sun, we have a theory that plasma, it's just solid. The molecules just collapse and atoms just collapse. There's no electrons circling protons, they're all just like that. Super dense. And there's another one, there's actually like two of them, supersaturated fluid, and the one that I want you to remember, viscous fluid. Viscous fluid. Thanks for repeating that. This is not solid. Is this glass? Yes. This is a viscous fluid. Candle wax is not solid. You leave it out, and in the heat, what happens to it?
It melts.
Sometimes you'll look at a candle, and you say, "Oh, it melted a little bit." When you come back the next day, it's hot again, and it melts a little bit more until it's just a puddle. Same thing with glass. They've found windows in really old houses that they put in 200 years ago, and the bottom of the glass is thicker than the top because it's melting. It's a very viscous fluid, but it's more viscous than wax. You have questions?
Is another reason why the body doesn't break is because of the way our skin kind of shields our bones and stuff?
Good, haven't gotten to it yet, but I was just about to. Viscous fluid, when you use your technique correctly, you are conditioned correctly. Those are two things: good technique and conditioning. Your body acts like a viscous fluid, and it breaks the brittle solid. What's the solid? the board. What's the viscous fluid? Yeah, it really isn't, but it acts like it. So that's why you can do it. Now, a punch. Okay, so the conditioning. Okay, so I said there were two things you needed, right? What are the two?
Conditioning and weight.
Excellent. Okay, so conditioning is striking something over and over, like 100 times a day. For children, I always say everything in moderation. For adults, 100 times a day, every day, or take a break once a week or twice a week. You have to get conditioning because your body needs to get the shock in all of the joints all the way down to the floor. And you have to condition. Every time you hit, it kind of sends a jolt in here, and it kind of toughens this all up, and it works together, and then that's how you can break really thick, strong boards. Yeah.
Is another reason why your body doesn't break is because when you tighten the muscle, it kind of protects and it stays hard.
I think you're getting there. That's a good idea. Very good idea. So conditioning and correct technique. So you have to learn how to use your body right. And then that's repetition. What were you doing earlier today? Repetition. You wonder, I know this kick. I already know how to do it. Why do I have to keep doing it? It's to get the correct technique. Your body has to be able to get the signal from your brain to your muscles. Your brain has to learn how to tell your muscles what to do. Okay. So those are the two things. Now, on a punch. They learn punches, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
On a punch. In order to get this all working together, fingers have to be very, very tight, and thumb over the first knuckle. I do thumb over 2 knuckles. You do thumb over 1 knuckle. Okay? This has to be very, very tight because otherwise you lose the connection right here, or maybe right here. You never get the viscous fluid going from here to here. This has to be very tight. Thumb very tight. So when you're practicing, practice real tight when it's appropriate. Whenever Surasalma says it's appropriate. Tight because it takes a lot of energy to get this tight. So you have to practice it. It's part of the condition. Okay. Your eyes are all glazing over by now, so let's get to the board breaking, if you please, sir. Okay. So technique, can you? Okay. When you're working with a totally Christian karate partner, your partner is not a board to be broken. You are okay. So part of the technique is focus of energy. So I'm like jelly. Everything, as I'm doing a technique, everything's like jelly, and until right at the end, everything tenses same time. The shorter the time that you're tensing, so like if I'm tense, that's too long. So it has to be, jelly, tense, everything at the same time.
That is one of the most important things to know. Remember how I say stay loose, just at the time of contact. That's that explanation. So I just don't want you to miss that. That's very important how you're going to generate power in a very quick time.
That's it. That's your force. That's how to magnify that force. Okay, so a technique, front snap kick. Okay, let's see. Okay, front snap kick. Okay. Totally Christian karate partner. Get it?
Yes.
Okay. Then board. So Throwing my hip, everything is right in line so that all my force is backed up by something back here, all the way to the floor. Notice the angle, straight in. Okay, another kick will be, I call it revolving kick. Revolving kick. Notice my angle. I'm not in front of the perpendicular target, to the side, right? And I'm coming, let's see. I'm coming, pretty much not. Can you come here? And face that way, hands and on your knees and hands.
He's gonna keep over your head. Keep your head down.
You can get a little closer. Okay, and head down. You won't be able to see. You won't be able to see. That's okay. You're a senior student.
You're must.
So this is a revolving kick. Instead of coming straight in, I'm going to the side.
Worship, right?
Oh,
That's what this is worship. Good way to practice. Get Priam to kneel down like that so your knee gets over his head.
Now, why is that important to get your knee up to the side? Anybody know?
so you can have perfect technique.
Yes, but what makes it perfect is, okay, Priam, you can get up.
Stop practicing.
Okay, and right here, face me. Oh. Respect. Okay, get in like a forward stance. Okay, so he's this way. Kicking to the side. See, you've got a shoulder here. If I bring my knee up this way instead of imagine Priam's right here and I have to over Priam. Okay. I can get over his shoulder. If I bring my knee up high to the side. If I don't, I might kick his shoulder and it'll glance out. That's not my target. My target is his head. So you bring the knee up high to the side, and then you can kind of come down, and you miss this shoulder. And then maybe if his guard isn't high enough, I can miss that guard too. Or I might hit the guard, but it might be a weak point in the guard, and I go through anyway. Okay. Revolving kick. Okay, if totally Christian karate partner, right? If it's a board, okay. Side thrust kick.
Petition.
Petition.
I want to say something about worship. Okay, what you just did.
Okay, worship.
So whenever I teach it, you'll notice that I'm always saying your knee. Your knee comes first. But remember when you were doing it, all you could do is bring your knee up. So what it was, is you're aiming your knee where you're going to kick. I can do it from coming through the middle, or I can do it from back here. Hence, because I do need to do it from here, I don't have room to do it here. It has to come around. Look at me. It's got to come around the person. So that's a time where you want to bring your knee up here and bring it around. Still the same thing as aiming your knee to kick. But I want you to know, yes, you want to also practice this back leg coming all the way around compared to up through the middle and turn and kick. Us? All right, I'll take it.
Another thing along that line is your opponent, if you're sparring with somebody, he's moving around and he's kind of bringing things up because he's thinking about kicking. And if you don't have your knee up high, you can hit his leg as he's here, and that can hurt, not in a good way. Not when you wanted it to. Okay, Next,
Petition.
petition. Okay. So this one, I saw Miller and some others having your hips back when you're doing this, and your hip has to be in line with your leg, because you want all your weight directly behind your technique, and the technique's going straight in, just like this one. But it's that. Okay, so this one, totally Christian karate partner. That's what you do. You focus your energy on this side of the target. When you have a target that you're trying to break, you focus your energy on this side of the target.
Us?
Us.
I like doing this way because it's the whole motion. With the rear leg, so this is with the front leg, right? This is with the rear leg.
Us?
Us.
Okay, now moving to some hand techniques.
Just knew we have 7 minutes to work in the class. So it's
Hand techniques, or techniques upper body. Elbow. Notice where I'm making impact. Right beside it.
See, I was right beside it. It's not behind it.
I'm not here doing
Trying to get it there.
almost right.
So you got to get past it, be next to it. You get it.
Totally Christian karate partner. Board breaking. Okay, another elbow strike. Comes up. Okay. Your opponent, focus your energy before the target. For breaking boards, focus your energy on this side.
Knock this image out. Whoa.
Okay.
Yes.
It is my set.
Okay, reach hand strike.
Double edged sword.
Hand is my target. Notice where I am to the target. You could do this strike as well in front of you, but I'll do to the side. So this is opponent. Focus energy here. Breaking boards. Inside.
Us.
Okay. Nice hand strike.
That's right. Remember, this is actually Sword of the Spirit.
Sword of the Spirit.
So I'm either going to do Word of God with Sword of the Spirit, lamp to my feet with Sword of the Spirit, light to my path with Sword of the Spirit. That's Sword of the Spirit. Sword of the Spirit. Yes.
We did this one.
Yes. Us.
Now,
Us.
you're working with somebody, that's where you focus your energy. That's the side of their head, maybe. Yeah, you can also do this one, right?
Us.
Us.
What other one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Back fist strike. Nice, nice back fist. Okay, back fist strike. Okay, this one you have to practice a lot because it's difficult to control. So working with a partner, when you're first starting out, you should focus energy like way out here. And it's like snapping a towel. Don't do this to anyone ever. But snapping a towel, don't try to hit anybody with a towel ever.
Oh.
But that's what this is, back to strike.
How about
Mr. Mitchell, what's that for us?
rejected
Rejected
stuff? Yeah, it's purple belt. Rejected stuff. Right.
I already know it. I'm ready to help about it. Stop.
Just because you know something doesn't mean you do it. Or correct.
Get back to strike.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
Don't worry.
Be right. Us.
Yes.
Okay, and then another punch. I got 2 more punches.
All right.
This one. For this one,
Spiritual desire. Spiritual desire.
other, sorry. Term.
Smith.
There we go. So this is, so something he came in and he's punching this way.
Spiritual desire.
Is that purple belt?
Yeah. For spiritual desire. He's all about you today.
Oh.
Close.
Right.
That's
Yes.
Board breaking. And then punch, straight punch. Actually, reverse punch.
So when he's saying reverse, if I have this leg out, a lot of times we're doing same leg, same hand. Reverse would just be the other hand. So it's the opposite hand, opposite foot.
Oh.
Yes?
Then for this one, I'm straight in front of the perpendicular target. And, oh, yes, I'm twisting.
Yes. Yes. All right. A round of applause.
Okay, so you've seen a bunch of ways to break boards, right?
Yes.
So with Sir Sama's permission, you do the techniques that he wants you to do for that day. I would suggest that you do both sides. Whatever you're going to do both sides. In karate, you have to develop both sides of the body together. That's
Right and left.
That's conditioning and proper technique, because you have to use them both to have the strongest technique. And strong technique is where it's at. That's what you need to try to get. Question?
Well, isn't like how when you're doing a stretch, kind of like how when you're doing a stretch, you want to stretch out both sides?
Yes. Yes. Totally.
Totally.
Christian,
All right, hey. All right, so quickly, you're up.
Stand up.
Yes, sir. You're up. No, the other.
easily.
There you go. What are you gonna do? Oh, no, let's start. Oh, nice. Good, good. Did you hit it with the right part of your hand? Yeah? Did it hurt? Okay. I hit. Yeah, that's all right. Or we can also use this knuckle. But when I teach, I really just teach this area. And then this area too. And then the knuckle. But we also teach you to go straighter. Straighter. Very Chinese. Ah, you're up. Okay, nothing fancy, just popping. What are you gonna do? Rejecting stuff?
I'm gonna do this.
What? Oh, spiritual desire?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to this side.
I have
You're gonna use your right. You gonna use your right hand.
This.
That it? Okay.
Use your whole body for it, down from the floor.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Nice. Thumbs up. What you gonna do? Cornerstone? Okay, so remember you gotta go, so you gotta step next to it. Right, you want your body facing that way. Face your body that way. Face your body that way. Face your body that way. Okay. Then wind up. Yeah. Right. There you go. Look at you. You're scared. Don't be hitting anybody with that in school. You're getting in big trouble.
I almost didn't do it.
I know you
I was
did,
like-
but like you wanted to.
I
What do you do? Yes, gospel of peace. Is that what you're saying? Gospel of the kingdom. I would use hope. Use hope. Yeah, good. Okay. Gospel of the kingdom. So, gospel of the kingdom, you'd be standing straight to me, and then you're going to kick out here. So you're actually facing that way. Gospel of the kingdom is here, and it's going to come around and kick you on that side. Kick you on that side. Okay, so I'm very straight to you, right? Okay. Don't kick my fingers. Ah, so close.